I got to poop, but it's not DEFCON 1 poop.
Is Prairie Dogging yet, or I mean,
we're like at the beginning stage, like, yeah, I feel something's coming, but it's not like oh no.
It's not gonna be trouble. It's still good. It's still good.
No, we're so good. It's funny because one of my earlier songs that never really got made. I wrote it down, but I lost all the words. But here's the gist of the song. Ready for it? It was way ahead of its times. Came out, wrote this in 2001. It's called "Journey to the Bathroom," and it's about what if you was out and about, because anybody who's living life has traveled, right? So what if you're on the road and you have to go bubble guts, but there's nowhere to poop. It's like, oh shit. So you have choices to make. You're just like, do I poop in my pants? Do we pull over? I just poop in the road and I use some kind of cloth or something to wipe my butt, or do we go to that first gas station? No, because those gas stations are terrible. You're just like, oh man, I ain't pooping here. And then you're like, how long do we got to get home? Oh, about an hour or so. Like, oof. I don't know. Yeah, ahead of his time. Anyway.
Well, I love the hat. I just wanted to tell you, I've seen it in some of the other interviews, man. I dig it. That's cool as hell.
Thank you, man. I'm trying to be a wizard. I am a wizard.
I was about to say, you're clearly not a sorcerer.
No, I'm everything in here. I'm whatever I'm trying to be, and I'll become that. That is my goal in life.
Hell yeah, man.
That's what I see you and Miguel be doing. Like look, they're becoming whatever they want to be. And I'm like, that's how life should be.
Yeah. You look around and realize you're doing something, and you don't even know that you didn't realize that you were doing it. It's nuts.
Right? Like, this is the world we live in now. Okay. But have you? I'm not sure how much of a gamer you are, but did you play the game that everybody waited for and it sucked?
2077.
Yeah, that game. I'm like, oh god, why this suck?
Oh man, how are they gonna do my boy so dirty, dude? The guy who made that game is like a savant. I mean, like,
right?
You watch streams when he like runs those games, and it's like riveting. Like, I don't know if you've seen the one he did with Matthew Lillard, where he was the creator himself was DMing, and Matthew Lillard was doing a character. He was straight up doing Shaggy references and shit. It was fucking epic, dude. Wasn't even 1% of his comedy. It was so golden, bro.
Man, I did not see that.
Yeah, you gotta look that shit up.
I will,
bro.
I like the shirt that you're wearing.
The game, he weaves together this fucking world and this story where you're just like, oh, and then what? And then what? Oh, I bet that motherfucker's evil as shit. He's gonna help him?
But,
oh, bro, it's like, yeah, on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, Mike Pondsmith is the man.
Yeah,
like, dude, like, what? That's when everybody was like, hype, like, you're part of the game? You're helping them out? Okay, and it's Red, and it's CD Projekt Red, Witcher 3, you guys are, this cannot lose. But I'm told it was awesome on PC, but it just sucked on.
You know, I actually got lucky enough. Wife worked at the GameStop to get a PlayStation 5,
okay.
And I was able to play it on PS5, and I still saw some jank to it, man. It wasn't even that wasn't flawless. So I'm sure. I mean, maybe even PC probably had the problems here and there. But what I did play of it, even with like the little imperfections, man, I enjoyed it. Now the cop system, that's shit. And I come from hardcore, bro. I have so much shit on GTA Online, like it would literally knock your wizard hat off. I wasted a stupid, very, very stupid on my part amount of time playing that game. So it's like,
that's not stupid. That's not stupid. That's that's the developer's genius of that game to make you play it that long.
Bro. It's like what was it? PS2 had fucking 3 Grand Theft Autos. PS4, 5 or 3, 4, and 5 had one Grand Theft Auto.
We was talking about that on my last podcast. We was talking like they are still milking Grand Theft Auto 5. They're just like, They're like, apparently, I just spotted it yesterday when I was watching my niece and nephew, and they have like this YouTube video up where it's like nothing but comic book characters and or dinosaurs, whatever, and they have them like drive on these cars and they're doing loops, and I was like, wait a minute. That's Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. Wait a minute. Dude, they're making products off of this is Grand Theft Auto 1. They're like, that's why they're not making new games. That is why. They're like, we don't have to make new games right now. We'll just give them mods and they can do whatever they want off the system. Like, that's genius.
And the crazy part is they come out with all this content. It's like, a whole new, because I loved Ballad of Gay Tony. That was probably my favorite one of the whole series. Just the music was so fucking bumping. The story was cool as shit. Characters are awesome. So that was like hands down my favorite. So when I saw that they were coming out with a nightclub one on fucking online, bro, your boy was like, So that shit comes out, I start playing it, and I'm like, what the fuck? So you gotta buy the nightclub, which, okay, all right, I'll buy it. You know, that's like a couple million right off the bat. And if you want the good one with the cool shit to get the people to come in and dance in your club to make money, well, you got to throw down this much more and this. By the end of the day, dude, you're dropping like $40 to $60 on a building in this game. You're putting real assets, like real yacht down in this motherfucker, and you're getting something at this. I mean, like, you get a little bit more to play in the game, and like, it was cool. But I mean, like, at the end, I was like, man, what did I spend? Ugh, like,
you spend your money on fun, but now
I did.
To segue into our topic of today, which is like,
I wonder how that happened.
It's a good fucking segue because you're spending money of your hard-earned. I don't give a fuck, people, if it's 10, 5, 20, 100. That's money you could have spent somewhere else when you're just, doing this and doing this. What if, people? What if you can do this and make money doing this or doing this? And today's guest in the Danger Room is a friend of mine. His name is William Barnes, CEO of Cryptech BCI, CEO of Crixel NFT Gallery, an NFT e-league in which they do something I'm sorry?
Nifty League.
Nifty League. My bad. In which they do something I find fascinating because I was actually looking into this. Like, how do you make the thing that you love doing, gaming, which is I love doing, how do you make that into a profit? How do you make a living off of gaming just by gaming? And then they're also forming a team. We're gonna get into a whole bunch of still. We're gonna fix all kind of stuff. We're gonna discuss all kind of things.
We're righting the wrongs.
We're gonna right the wrongs of society. We're gonna be free. This is what I'm about. Being free of the systems that's in place and being your own man or woman or other. So, first of all, we gotta talk about the shirt. Your shirt. I'm like, yo, he's wearing Wu-Tang, bro. Because that's what Wu-Tang was about. They were like, when they first started, they was like, yo, Wu-Tang is for the children. They was like, people didn't understand what that meant. Like, we're not just here for the now. We're thinking about hundreds of years into the future. I'm like, that's fire. That's fire. Like, everything that we make is going, it may not pop off now, but the person that listens to us 105, 10 years from now will be like, hey man, you heard of Wu-Tang? No, here you go. And that's what you're about to do with your group, with your brand. You're thinking about the future. I love it. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, my brother.
Well, I am from Fort Worth, born and raised. I am getting up on in there. I won't say exactly where, but let's say I'm close to Big 4-0. Yeah.
I got you by 2. I got you by 2 come this weekend.
Hey, happy B-Day, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, I'm a Texas native. I've always been a huge gamer. You know, from the day that I figured out what it was, figured out how to get my own. You know, like it was time to game. Like I grew up pretty much in my mom's beauty shop, and she'd give me coins, quarters to go coins back then, coins now. But she'd give me quarters, to go to the little Circle K or 7-Eleven, whichever was the little corner grocery store right at the end of the shopping center where her beauty shop was. And I'd go in there and I'd slowly but surely get better and better at that Super Mario Duck Hunt machine. Duck Hunt, I realized it's like, yeah, it's just a cash grab, but Mario, you could play Mario, you could beat Mario, but it was all how hard you wanted it. You know, more and more time you spent practicing, getting better, and sinking that time in. So, you know, then I realized that money was time that I got to practice. You know, the more money I put into it, that was value I was getting. Like afterwards, the next time I put in a quarter, I didn't have to fucking spend a quarter too soon. Real quick, I'd be able, you know, after a while, I was playing further and further till next thing you know, in 1 quarter, I could beat the game. And that was it. I was like, all right, man, that all that time I had done that's what I was working towards. And that's sort of like rooted in my mind that not only games were linked intrinsically to value and money, honestly, and that if you just kept plugging into the same thing over and over again, that wasn't repetitive. There was progress on that. And so fast forward, crazy life. I spent probably about 30 years just being a kid. And then I met the most amazing woman ever. And now I'm the father of 4 awesome children.
Nice.
Just recently here I have my 3rd daughter.
Congratulations.
She is Ripley-on Josephine Sonmi, and she is just the most perfect thing on this planet. Well, all of them are, but being a father had really stepped things up a notch for me. And I kind of went down some real tough times about 2 years ago. I won't go super hard into detail, but I'll say that it sort of bottomed me out, man. And they say that you can't really do, you know, much with yourself until you found the bottom. And then, you know, through progress. So once I hit that bottom real hard and it kind of messed me up, I started rebuilding myself. I thought, who was I before? And I was always like a big theater kid in high school. You know, I was, you know, leading a musical a couple years and ran some plays a couple years and stuff like that. So I had theater in my veins, and I was really always about that shit. But like it kind of just got to this point where I was like, well, I liked entertaining people, but it wasn't like I didn't have to stand on stage. I will, but I didn't have to stand on stage. I liked being around people, and I liked making them happy. I like the feeling and knowing that what I'm doing is doing right by them and making giving them some progress, you know? Yes. And I mean, my goal in life is just for the people that I love around me to have the best lives possible. That's all I care about.
That's all I care about too, brother.
Now, if I can make some coin on the way, you know, cha-ching, whatever. But ultimately, like, that's why I surround myself with like very valuable people that I surround myself with people that have personal elements that I want to have in myself. You know, I want things that I would emulate at all costs.
Right.
So that sort of augments me, and I guess maybe it kind of like gives me a little leeway to suck in those areas too. But to be perfectly honest, you really are as strong as the people you surround you with. And I have a team that is just killers, man. My president is this guy, Christian Buchanan. This dude literally left his job in San Antonio at just a suggestion of what I had going on. It was like, bet. And I'm like, what? Like, he shows up. I'm like, holy shit, dude. I mean, like, he come in and moved in with me for a bit. For a minute, he stayed out of his car to get this thing going, to get this dream, like, achieved.
Nice.
Like, our team coach is Marcus Mendoza. The guy is a strategic mastermind. I mean, he is a pro. He's he worked his way up a little bit. He got invited one year to Evo for Street Fighter. And I mean, like, the guy is like all just business, just straight about it. And like, he is absolutely going to drive our team. We got a strategist named Michael Scamp. The guy, he has a superpower I love to joke about because I'm dead serious. I kid you not. When he does this, He's about to spit out $1 million. I shit you not.
Shit.
Yeah. When he does this, it's like, get the marker. Go ahead, Skim. What do you got, buddy? What? Oh, shit. Oh. Well, like my nose starts bleeding. I'm like, oh, dude. Man,
Wow.
we got Caitlin Nirvana. She's a newer addition. She's awesome. We got Eric Riggs. He's one of the newer additions, a player. He is business-minded as could be. The guy is totally sharp. We have, I'm absolutely trying not to forget anybody. We have one of the most golden jewels on our crown, Miguel Celis. The hashtag biggest NFT influencer in the world.
Yes, he is.
He is our art curator, and the man's huge. So we feel like he's probably going to be a lot more than that here in the future.
The man reminds me of the good version. I like him, the character, not about the name. The good version of Raymond Reddington. If you know that, he's a good version of that. He's not going around popping people. He's like that person who comes to you like, look, I'm here to give you respect. I have all this information. He's like, that's him in the tier. Like, yeah, you're a curator. That's what Raymond is. You're like him. You have the vibe, and I love his vibe.
He is. I've never met a more loving, heart-filled person. Like, right? He is so sincere and just such a good guy. Like, we're absolutely lucky to have found him. And I mean, circling back, our president, Christian Buchanan, is also our chief technical officer. The guy is literally a walking calculator. I mean, it's unbelievable the stuff that he puts together. He's actually also in charge of our mining division. We got a lot of fingers and a lot of pies, and we actually we actually set up mining operations for people. Mining sort of gets a bad rap, but I mean, if you look at the energy expenditure, a majority of it comes from renewable energy, and not only that, but if you look at the banking industry or gold mining industry, the energy that they expend is far, far worse.
Why does it get a bad rap as opposed to those other two types of places that you just mentioned?
Well, I mean, advertising. Nobody owns Bitcoin, so nobody's gonna advertise for mining Bitcoin.
So it's not a resource or of the whole, it's going to destroy the world type thing as far as the resource. Because that's what I hear. Mining is going to destroy all this.
Well, it's actually pretty interesting because so GPU mining, graphics processor unit mining, actually does involve a lot of intensive energy use. But there's a lot of these new types of mining which they're actually trying to gravitate away from the name mining into farming, like that are a little bit different. See, mining Bitcoin is proof of work. So you dedicate the processing power of your computer to calculate the algorithm, and then when it finds that unique variable, then it's minted the block, and then the reward's sent off. Well, there's also proof of capacity. Like there's other things like Filecoin and Chiacoin, which we're interested in, which is something that is proof of capacity. So you dedicate hard drive space as opposed to processing power. Okay. And the more hard drive space that you have to dedicate to it, the more that you are basically, each time you plot a block on your hard drive, then that's one additional potential answer for the algorithm that's being solved. So if you happen to have one of the blocks that has that answer, then you're awarded the prize. And the more blocks you have, the less time it takes before you're awarded the prize. It's almost sort of a lottery system though. So it's less like a race to get it, and it's more of just like just providing to this decentralized cloud kind of thing.
Okay.
So, but that specifically takes a lot less energy. It's specifically designed to be a greener form. Now, of course, it's not perfectly green, but I mean, it'll be a while before we have technology that's that level, I think.
All this blockchain, NFTs, crypto, we are still literally probably in stage one. Like we're very early. I'm like, this is it only caught wind of the consumers, and if it catches wind of the consumers, it's still phase one. It's like this episode of CSI I saw years ago, when I saw this big ass table they had on an episode, and there was a big screen tablet they was using to solve crimes with. I was like, that's big. And I Googled it. It was a real thing, but it cost 10 G's. I was like, whoa, that's a lot. So, but I find it fascinating that you called it farming, because gaming, if anybody who's a gamer knows, you farm in gaming when you're trying to get something or collect money or something. That is a gaming term. Hardcore.
And that's actually so I opened the Crixel Gallery around April 1st.
Okay.
Intentionally to fuck with people, because I just thought it'd be hilarious to actually open a business on April 1st. So if you're like, yeah, right, bro. No, there's, really, what do you do? So so when I opened the Crixel Gallery, I realized that art is amazing, artists are amazing, and it's overwhelming, all the love and response that we've been getting.
Yeah, I've seen the boards.
Yeah. What's up, Crixel heads? But what I looked at in the long term was that, for everybody that thinks that they're going to be the next people, it's probably not going to happen. Like that 69 million was the bubble. Like, as crazy as that sounds, I feel like that will be the most inflated piece that we see for a while as far as art goes. We're still seeing the $7 million, $8 million here, but the $69 million piece, that was a frenzy just because of the situation.
Right.
The guy who got it, he's clever as hell. The guy made it the sky in the metaverse of his game. So any player that goes into the game that he bought that for, when they're in that game, they're not just walking under a picture of the most expensive piece of art ever in human history. They're literally walking underneath the most expensive piece of art in human history. Like it's a really unique concept, the way that blockchain gaming's, going, and how NFT integration works. But now with the blockchain gaming stuff, we're starting to realize that there is monetary potential that's untapped and unbelievable. So
can you elaborate on that?
Well, I don't want to give too much sauce, but I will tell you that right now there are certain dApps, maybe the best app in the world, who knows? But these dApps, games, decentralized apps, games on the blockchain, blockchain games have ways beyond just the normal like cryptocurrency that they pay you, because you got to think, so okay, well, I'm playing this game and it pays out in this cryptocurrency. Well, I want to swap it out for this one, and now that I have this one, I can apply it. Hey, I can actually apply it to this other game. Well, what about items? What about the NFTs? What about art drops? So if you start to look in these games, you'll start to realize that they're interconnected. The metaverse is already there. We just haven't made one giant one to house all of them, a universe to hold the worlds. So right now with blockchain gaming, you can hop into a game, play it for a little while, all of a sudden, boom, the sword of the gods drops out, and this thing is like, it's sought after. It's 2,000 on the planet, right? So you pick this thing up, you transfer it into your wallet, you go check out Atomic Hub. This thing's worth $2,000 US fiat. This is a ridiculous amount of wax. I'm on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sell it. Wait a minute, hold on. There might be other applications for it, because you got to think that's an asset, right? Well, it might be a liquid asset right now for you to get rid of, but think about it like this. If you could legally sell the capital city, I don't even want to know what to call it, of the Horde from WoW, if you could sell a one of that, where the ownership of that, you had that, what would someone value that at?
A lot.
Let me take it in the other direction. What if for the first day that Super Mario Brothers 1 came out, every 100 billion times someone hit that first power block, one of those mushrooms that came out was a limited edition, 1 of 100 NFT, right? Just for that day, and that was it, and it came out and it went in people's wallets, that's it. Like, there was 100 of them, 40 of them people died, lost their keys, whatever. So 60 of these damn things exist in the entire world. Now fast forward to now, what are those worth? Now, this is the Super Mario of blockchain game time. You might get some pink pumpkin from a Halloween event in some game that's on for 6 weeks and he gets shut down. And all of a sudden, in 8 years, that pink pumpkin's worth $100 billion because it's the only one that exists left in the world.
That's essentially what I was talking about in literally my last podcast. Now, you're familiar with the game that's coming out or is out. They're marketing. You're probably going to be a part of it. I'm not sure. Star Atlas.
We've heard a little bit about Star Atlas. We hadn't got too deep in the grass on that. Why don't you tell me about it?
Okay, this is what I know about it, and this is what I'm thinking that we'll both get into it. So this is what I know of it. It's an NFT blockchain game. And what they do is you can pretty much become I'm gonna just stick with the analogy of becoming a space pirate, right? So yeah, so like you're in space, you're flying your ship. Imagine you battle some dude or woman or other. You hit them up, you destroy their ship. You now own their ship or the wreckage of their ship. All those items are now yours. They're NFTs items. You're aware how NFTs work. Now you can sell them or keep them. Either way, you're a pirate now. You're a real pirate. Without the dangers.
Gonna lie, that sounds wildly.
Right? But they got other aspects of it where there's a political aspect of it now too. It's not just you in space. Yeah. I'm just like,
they basically just like NFT'd EVE Online. This sounds amazing.
Yes, that's what it is. That's the game. Thank you. EVE Online, we're a massive horse of ship. That's what it is. And I'm just like, holy shit, this is big.
There was a legit takeover in that game that cost people hundreds of thousands of real world fiat, bro.
Remember that? I heard about that.
Some dude that was the treasurer of this like guild that had tons and tons of ships in this massive space station that was worth all this money, and all the ships were worth all this money, was like, guys, we should like fortify this. I'm telling you. And they're like, whatever, you don't know. He's like, guys, we should fortify this. I'm telling you, whatever, you don't know. He kept telling them, and they just ignore him and like burn him. So finally he's like, so at this con, this EVE con or something, he went and met with an opposing clan and like was like, I will literally sell you the keys to this space station. And once you own it, it locks all of them out and all the ships inside of it now belong to you. And he did that, for a couple $1,000. And then like messaged him or something and had this grand mic drop, like super thief moment, bro. Like, yes.
Oh. But I went further. With my last guest. Shout out to Minority Gaming Report. I went further. I took that analogy of where we just had the talk of everything. And I said, what if Marvel or DC did that? All right, let's stick with Marvel because that's what I know the best of. I'm a comic book nerd. I'm just a nerd in general. And I said, what if you're a player inside the game and it's like open world space, like WoW, and you're wearing this skin of let's go with a good one. Black Spider-Man, symbiote Black Spider-Man, right? You have that skin suit. Maybe it's a 1 of 100. Maybe it's just a 1, right? And once a year or every 2 years, whatever, Marvel holds an event called Secret Wars. And then if you're part of that event, and whatever happens in that event, you gain or lose shit. I was like, you lose your suit or whatever. Then I take it further. Cause I really want this shit to happen, Marvel. I really want this thing to fucking happen. What if there's Infinity Gems out there? They're 1 of 1s. They're just scattered throughout the fucking Marvel universe. And then you got that one fucker who wants to be Thanos and collect all those gems.
Oh my God.
That shit would be bananas, but they're actually valued in something. I'm like, that shit would be insane. If that's not happening, man, brother, contact them. Do something.
I'm gonna pull all the strings I can, bro.
I will play that. You play Diablo. You play War. I've lost friends as a child. I've lost friends. I can't. I'm a wizard right now. I'm a necromancer. I can't go anywhere. Anyway, so you kind of answered some of the questions I have for you, but I guess one of the questions you answered a few of them, like, man, but I'm gonna ask them anyway, so you can better construct them. So you can better construct the people that's listening.
Thank you.
How does blockchain gaming differ from regular esports gaming?
Okay. Well, just answering the question that you asked, blockchain gaming specifically is games built on the blockchain, which means that they not only are built on the blockchain, but they are usually incorporated with NFTs or cryptocurrency as payouts within the game. So in other words, you invest time, you get out money or assets that are worth money. And with esports, you're literally competing at the highest level, the peak athletic level of competition gaming.
Okay.
And that usually has some kind of, stage or presence, and it's sometimes solo 1v1 and sometimes teams. There's different ways that it's set up, but at the highest level, it's usually a team, and it's usually pros. These guys are shooters big time. Yeah. Now, what we have going on with Nifty League is a world's first. Right now, we're putting together our franchise packages for people that want to start their teams. Anyone can start a team. There will be a buy-in for a team, but it's not going to be some ludicrous price. So anyone can franchise a team, and a team can be as small as 6 people or as large as 8, and must consist of a coach, but optionally can consist of an assistant coach.
Okay.
Now, the assistant coach and the coach cannot participate. All players will have league-monitored wallets for all games that are sanctioned as games that will be participating in the league. And basically, everyone starts from one initial amount that they can put in, one invested. Everyone has the same seed amount that they start with at the beginning of the season, which will begin at the beginning of the financial year. And then as each quarter ends, then those totals will be calculated by a non-biased judge. And then once that's calculated, then a winner for that season will be awarded. There will be 4 seasons per year. Each season will be each financial quarter. And then at the end of the fiscal year, all of those totals will be added together. And then we'll have a season winner, a grand champion. As the seasons go by, each team will have a buy-in. And then when they buy in for each additional season, then that will go towards the year-end purse. And at the end of the year-end purse will be paid out. It will be used to pay out all of the winning prizes of all the players. So what they're working towards increases the pool itself. Like as they're working and building each team, as they're building the total, so does the prize pool. So the harder they work, the more they're rewarded at the end with the prize.
So it sounds like farming. You're farming gaming, but you're not. You eliminated the word farming, but you're just like, look, all you gotta do is game. If you game, you play, you're involved, you earn, you make. The higher your totals for the quarter, it goes into the pool, it circulates, it does its thing, and it goes into the next. That's dope. Yeah. Just like perpetual. Yeah. I like that.
Effectively, any person could pick up blockchain gaming and change their life for the better. They could effectively, with no investment, and it would take a while. I mean, I'll be honest, it's slow grind at the beginning, but just like anything else in life, you have to put dedication to it. But ultimately, you could effectively pick up blockchain gaming for free and then start making money with it and then plug it back in and effectively make yourself potentially wealthy.
I want to tell the people who are still unaware of blockchain what the man just spoke on. In the gamer term, very, very small. My chemistry teacher said, if you can't explain it to where a 7-year can explain it, I never was like, what does that mean? So basically what my man is trying to say here is basically, imagine the game on your cell phone. Let's just go with Candy Crush. It takes you so many tries to get to that higher level that you got to, because each level is very, very hard. But imagine all those earlier moments that you put into it, and now you're at level 200, and you can claim that like, yo, I'm at level 200 to Crumble, Candy Crush. I'm at level 1 because I keep deleting my thing. But if you put in all your time in that Candy Crush, you've earned some mental happiness, but you didn't really make your life any better. This man is saying your life can change financially and mentally because you're doing something that you love doing and you're making some type of money for it. I love it. Am I correct?
Absolutely. See, our team name was chosen exclusively of this, but it just so happens there is a playtoearn.net. Now, we aren't associated with them, but I can't speak highly enough of them. They're an amazing resource. If
I saw that.
In blockchain gaming, check out playtoearn.net. Again, we're not associated with them, but they're an amazing resource for blockchain games. And it's, as far as we can tell, constantly live updated with the most up-to-date new games that are coming out, what platforms they're playable on. You can filter the search for just anything you want to find to figure out what the blockchain game for you is. Because that's a really important thing. That's why we have a 6-person team, because not everybody's gonna wanna grind something similar to Diablo. Not everybody's gonna wanna grind something that's like a Mad Max open world game. Not everybody's gonna wanna grind a virtual reality Pokemon simulator. You know, like all that stuff's different. So different gamers are gonna excel at those differently. But so a big part of what we're doing is strategy. Like, you know, we're not necessarily, we will participate in actual competitive tournaments just for fun and namesake, but those are literally going to be taking us away from our season's goal of being able to earn the most money in the year exclusively off blockchain games. Like, to win at Nifty League, you can only play blockchain games, and you can only use the funds made from your initial seed investment on blockchain games to continue to fuel further gains within the blockchain games. So then it becomes almost an investment strategy competition on top of gaming. There's a whole strategic level above it that has never existed in esports before.
Yeah, because you just blew my mind just now with the statement, but a few things you just said. Like, so basically what I just heard is that your team, this one team of 6 or 8, that group of people, they do not have to play the same game. That is fire. So you mean, in case anybody's wondering, in most esports that I've seen, that Dilemma has seen, is a team of sports at an esport event. They're all playing Fortnite. They're teaming up and they're Fortniting up. This man is saying that William is saying is that they're on the same team, but they are actually playing games like I said, I've looked up this site, which is a great resource. Play to Earn. Like, this is dope. They're playing games like Light Night, God Unchained, Lost Relics, games like that. Correct? That's dope. But they're all putting into the same pool, team wise. That's dope.
We call it the Fountain of Eternal Youth. What comes out of it is as good as the water from the Fountain of Eternal Youth, man, let me tell you.
That is really dope. Oh, man. So...
what I was actually trying to get to, though, with that playtoearn.net, you didn't derail me or anything, but what I was trying to get to was playtoearn.net actually has a YouTube channel that... I'm sorry, guys. I did not mean to steal the name. We got it first, I promise. They have a YouTube channel, play-to-earn, that has a documentary where it features some young kids in the Philippines that during the pandemic, their town was decimated. They were just completely wrecked.
Okay.
And everyone was destitute and money was scarce. Things were really tough for them. And they found this game called Axie Infinity. And they started playing this game, these 3 boys, And in the process of playing this game, they realized how much money they could make. And this is a blockchain game. So they started playing it. They taught everyone in the town to play it. And next thing you know, the town became a thriving metropolis. And now they bought multiple houses and have an entire company from just playing this game. I believe these gentlemen have a company called Axie University, and it's impressive. It's impressive. I have nothing but love for those guys. And the documentary itself is really, really good. Very high production value, really good quality, amazing information. It's absolutely worth the watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a link in the description. I'm also gonna put some of these videos up on the video itself when I edit it, because I'm like, people have to see something. Like, I've seen, before we had the meeting, I was like, I'll look at the games. The Gods Unchained spoke to me. I'm like, oh, card-based game. I messed with that. But the Axie was I was looking at too before we linked up. I'm like, man, this game looks fire too. But yeah, definitely people check out Play to Earn. It is definitely, like William said, a really good site to go to if you're trying to get your feet wet in the blockchain gaming world. It's like self-contained. Like, oh, okay. They have a whole algorithm lineup. You get to see what's happening. You get to see what platforms are on, such as
That's
Microsoft.
my favorite. That's my favorite. I'm a huge VR head, dude. I love virtual reality, man.
Now, you said segue to one of the questions. Where are you guys at in the VR? Are you guys going to head into that world right now? Are you guys working towards that at the moment? Is that in the future, or is that in the now?
Well, man, I'm not trying to give too much of the sauce, but
you don't have to give away the sauce, but you can just say like, I don't know.
I will say that that Revamon, this Revamon that's coming out, looks beautiful. The team that made it put together this fan-made game, Pokemon VR, and it is literally the closest you ever could have experienced to being in Pokemon. Like, your little Pokemon is right there with you. You catch them, you throw the ball, like they're right. You I was like, oh, just the whole time, it's like a little fangirl, dude. Like, it was amazing. I loved it. Oh my god. And Nintendo is a little crazy about their stuff, so the team probably felt that coming down the line, so they pulled it. It was a fan game. They never sold it, never tried to even profit off of it. They literally, even in the disclaimer at the beginning of the game, said that, you know, hey guys, this is just for fun. We're not selling this. But Nintendo probably started knocking, or they felt the rumbles, so they just go ahead and pull it down. But they figured out that that formula is amazing and too much fun, so they make Revamon, which is, I mean, it's clear. I mean, it's a legally safe knockoff of Pokemon, but the game looks like fire, dude. And if they made Pokemon in VR, and Nintendo probably was like, meh. So now here we are with the Revamon, and Revamon looks like fire, dude. The Revamon themselves are all NFTs. Okay. They will have varying levels of stats and stuff, so obviously their value, you know, their actual profitability value is going to be based on what kind of ones you're catching. Okay. But the game looks fantastic. The art looks fantastic. Instead of just throwing your Pokeball, you've got this awesome little slingshot mechanic that you're actually doing in VR. So the game's going to have a lot of fun to it. I think it's going to have a really strong community, because the Pokemon VR already had a huge community. So the community from that is already carrying over to this game. Like with VR, you basically have a huge customer base that took a risk, because it's not a proven tech yet. You know, like, it's still in its infancy. We're still we're in the Nintendo phase, you know, like I've played VR since day one of like the second I could get one of those arcade experiences on my head, I did. And then the second I could try out a Virtual Boy, I had it. That thing.
Oh my God, you're going back in time.
Yeah, oh, man, I'm sorry. What can I say? Jeez. Yeah. So I mean, like, I've always wanted that VR dream. So once PSVR came out, dude, I was waiting in line. I had mine already paid off. I had all the games ready to go. And like, the second I could play it, I was in it. And like, once I experienced it, that was it. I was like, oh, dude, this is it. This is the future of the game.
That game you're mentioning is not on Oculus?
Which one? Oh, no, it is. Revamon is on Oculus, bro. It's on, and no, wait. They have Now don't go crazy on me here, but they have the stuff already right now set up where you can kind of like go in and you can purchase ahead of time. You know, do you want to just come in at 0, or do you want to come in at this, or do you want to come in at this, or do you want to come in at this? And the higher it goes, the more governance you get in the game. The highest level of governance comes with the ability to vote on what the new Revamon are going to look like and what their powers are. That's not. Tell me that don't melt face.
That's just. I'm already in D&D area. Like, I'm giving them all so much power.
Yeah.
I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen so much right now. I'm like, I got so many ideas for domain expansions. Domain expansion. Oh my God, dude. So what? Let's go back to Nifty League, and because I want to understand, and I want the people to understand because there's so many tokens and cryptocurrencies that you have to use in order to participate with things. So what are your requirements when they join your league? Do they have what are they using over there? Are they using Wax? Are they using this? What are they using?
I mentioned Wax earlier because it's probably one of our preferred ones. The Wax networks is one of the most used networks for NFTs. You know, with the gallery and the gaming stuff, it just makes, you know, interoperability like a lot more, you know, easy. But ultimately, right now, we're working on approaching the developers. We're going to do this the right way. You know, we want to get developers who are okay with us using their game in the tournaments and stuff, because I mean, the way we look at it, it's mutually beneficial. Once we have this, then these teams are going to be grinding these games hardcore, which means that's bringing audience to their games, and it gives us the credibility of having these developers actually say, hey, no, that's sanctioned, that we want our game involved in that, you know. So we're approaching the devs now and speaking with them and seeing, you know, what all we can orchestrate. And then we're going to have the league operate within those specific games, because what's happening now, what we're seeing is, I honestly couldn't quote you the list. The last time I looked, I think it was 150 games that are on the play-to-earn.net, but it's growing by 1 or 2 games almost daily. The number of these blockchain games that are just being white papered and announced is just, it's so fast, because the industry is quickly realizing that this is, it's the Wild West. This is a gold rush now.
Like, do you think that the blockchain developers, and I guess they're in the same category, but I'm just gonna say the NFT developers, because anybody can make an NFT really, as long as you know how to use the platform that you're making an NFT on, which by most people should know that Wax for me is the easiest. It's like damn near step by step, you're done. It's like, oh, that easy. Okay, cool. There's a little bit of a curve, but once you figure out that one step is transaction to all the other stuff. Like, oh, that's all I need to know. But anyway, do you believe that the blockchain developers are the new game developers?
It's funny that you say that, because I was just about to say that we're in this bizarre renaissance. Right now, you're witnessing a moment in history.
Yes.
Right now, we're seeing AAA games trip over their own feet, because AAA game studios, they have a whole mess of people that have to okay something. The whole board that's like, oh, yeah, we get to say what's going to happen. Those guys, they're watching that bottom line. They're the reasons that we lose beautiful franchises like Dead Space. You know, that oh, well, no, this isn't making enough money, so we're just not going to make it. You know, like, and so because of that mentality, because that is how they've set up over the years and gotten themselves situated. Now it's like, oh, well, we can't see the profitability of blockchain games, so we're not going to do anything about it. Like, now they're going to come in late.
Yes.
We're in this renaissance where basically indie developers are going to become the titans of the industry. It's going to be this huge role reversal where they're going to be late to the party, and it's really going to kind of burn them. We're seeing
crazy.
One AAA company that's starting to come around big time. That's Ubisoft. I know that Ubisoft has thrown a lot of stuff towards, and I'm sorry I can't remember it. But
they're going to the blockchain?
Do what?
They're going towards the blockchain?
They are, hold on a second, I think I've lost audio here.
That's fine. We'll get you back. I'll always be here. Let's see if it's me. Let's see. Hello. No, I can still see the micings. Hello. You got me?
I think I do. Almost. There we go. Like,
guys, understand technology is
such
dope.
a boomer. What is that? These buttons? What do I?
But no, where were we? I said,
Sorry.
Is Ubisoft? No, don't worry about it, man. This is
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Life. Is Ubisoft heading towards the blockchain?
They are supporting the devs of Axie Infinity.
Okay. They are.
From what I understand, they've thrown some money their way. So it sounds to me like they're starting.
That's good.
Get on board.
That's good.
Starting to figure out that this is huge, it's monumental. Like the last one to the party is going to be the one swimming to catch up to the boat. You know.
It's funny because you stated what you stated earlier, and then I posed the question because I was like, how you mentioned before we linked up, like, yo, man, I'm thinking these developers are like the new developers for games because of Star Atlas, because they are being developed on the Solana network. I'm like, is Solana going to be the new Nintendo? like because I've never heard of them, and here they are about to present this game to me. I'm like, are they a game developer before? Or are they going to be a game developer now? I'm like, this blockchain thing is very underrated, people. You guys do not know. It's like the credit card. We were afraid to swipe the credit card, and now everybody's afraid to like learn about blockchain and NFTs. Are like, look, you said it, Miguel said it, I've said it. It's not all about making money. But you can make money, but it's not about making money. This is about long-term stuff. Picture this, if you will. Like I'm Prince. Picture this, if you will. Imagine if you make an NFT. Imagine if a job gave you an NFT and said, this proves that you worked here. And then if you quit that job, that's now your resume because it's on your NFT or your whatever blockchain formula, right? Am I understanding it correctly?
I think you about have it. I mean, like, ultimately, like, there's so many amazing, like, next ideas right now that, like, really anything that anybody comes out with is almost likely to be something that doesn't quite exist yet on the blockchain or through NFTs. NFTs gives us a whole new way to approach so many different ways. There's so many different things that we're still even just figuring out. There's not even we specifically have lawyers on retainer in a law firm that I'm not necessarily going to mention the name of it in state that rhymes with Tennessee. They specialize in copyright law, and there is no legal mandate right now for NFTs. There's no laws regarding it, so it literally is the Wild West, and you have to just try something to see if it's going to fly or stick to the wall, or if it's something that'll get you in trouble. And I mean, really, if you're going to do something, it better just make a lot of money in case the SEC comes along and wants some of that money, so you can just be like, all right, here's your part, no problem. And they're like, okay, now we've made the law, so it's like this. Like, okay, cool. The law wasn't like that before, it didn't exist. I mean, no. We're literally setting legal precedent with certain things that we do and certain acts that we take with NFTs. And the same thing with games. Like, there's no telling. Like, we're on the verge of a future where you hop on the new Star Wars Jedi Academy or something, and you're tearing it up with this lightsaber, and boom, all of a sudden you just leveled it up to level 100, so you can mint it as an NFT and put it out into your wallet. So you're like, cool, that was a day. And then the next day, it's like, your bro's like, bro, let's play Call of Duty Zombies Part 47. And you're like, bet, let's go. So you hop on there and you're dying a bunch. It's like, oh, I know. And you hop out and you grab that lightsaber and bring it back in. And next thing you know, you're tearing through millions of zombies because you got a lightsaber from Star Wars over in Call of Duty. Like, that's the future of NFTs. That's what we're moving towards. And it absolutely will happen. It's just a matter of 5 years, 10 years. You know, those AAA companies really are slowing things down a lot.
You just described Ready Player One.
That's what everybody calls it, but I mean, man, I've heard that reference so many times now. It's like, yes, that's clearly it, but
that's clearly it.
You know?
I mean, you're making your thing, but the world that I'm imagining right now, where you could just take a lightsaber and break it into another game, like, that's Ready Player One, which is a phenomenal movie looking back at it. And the world that you're in, heavily involved in, I'm psyched to see it. So where do you as a businessman see how do you see this fledging out in the next 5 years? Do you see this still sprinting in 5 years, or do you see this catching its stride in 5 years?
I mentioned earlier I'm the father of 4. Now, my youngest, she's too small, but I have a 15-year-old, a 10-year-old, 5-year-old. I like to take, breaks. So the 3 kids that are capable of gaming are hardcore gamers. All of them, from as early as they could.
That's good.
As I can, I'm going to get them started playing blockchain games. I've already sort of broken them into it. I'm getting them used to their wallets and stuff like that. And I'm going to ease them in with something simple, maybe Alien World, something that's just like, an auto clicker or something like that. But I'm basically going to teach them, earning through games. And I'm going to let them know that I will take them on a vacation anywhere they want to go. But all they got to do is earn up to that in the crypto or the items. I'll help them out if, get them a little start in tools or something like that. But if they can figure out how to strategize to get there, then I'll take them. But what I'm getting at is we're looking at a future, a very, very close future, where your 5-year-old son can make as much as you can in a day with a perfectly legal way to earn money. We can't employ children. That's dangerous. That's terrible. But,
that's terrible.
Yeah, but a kid can play video games. That's not hard. So we let them do that all the time for free. But if they can do that and also make money for the family too, you open a world where a family of 5 is actually an earning family, where they're actually able to live a comfortable living.
Okay. Now,
I mean, I believe that the future of NFTs is gaming. And I believe that we're standing on the edge of society.
Oh, okay.
Jobs that, think about Uber. The job of just being a delivery driver didn't quite exist like that before. Now, there was a taxi driver, but that you had to have a taxi. It was the company vehicle. This whole, you just have a vehicle, you just clock in online and clock out online and handle all your own stuff. That's a brand new type of job that was invented by that industry. This blockchain gaming revolution, this is going to create so many new jobs, we won't even have enough people to fill them all.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, every single job that could exist will exist in a video game. You could be a gardener in space. You could be a warrior that just fights skeletons to keep the healers safe. You can be an adventurer who goes into temples and finds treasure. Like, we're on the edge of literally, Ready Player One. We are on the verge of actually being Ready Player One and being able to go into these crazy adventures and all this stuff. And the further along VR and AR and XR gets, the further along we go to really having some integration and actually experiencing crazy stuff like the movie or like the book.
I really, really believe everything you're saying, because that's the same line that I'm on. I'm like, only because we mentioned Ready Player One, and then the things I'm seeing outside in the world that we live in today. In the world that I'm living today in California, I'm just like, I'm seeing the chaos on the streets. I'm like, man, that's sad that, you know, that the world, you know, just, we have to say it, there's just so many homeless people. Like, man, it's not, and here's the kicker of that statement. They're working. Most of the homeless people are working. Like, they got jobs. Why can't they live in a place? Like, that baffles me. So they have phones and stuff. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me this homeless person, as of now, can possibly be on your team or a team and make money whilst doing their job wherever their job is, and then like this is like their hustle, their side hustle. So their hustle is to get their money to feed themselves, and this is going to be like their leisure time when they don't want to work. There's just wherever campsite they're at. That's bananas. That is Ready Player One, because anybody who's seen Ready Player One, that the main character, they were technically living in the slums, and like, but they were able to play games, and he was like, he won the golden ticket, if you will. I was like, this is a crazy time, people. William is right. The gaming industry is about to hit a major boom, and as somebody who's been gaming since the 80s, I've never thought that we would reach another level. We're like, oh, we can't just, I can make money off of this without going to a league that's part of a tournament where I have to play Fortnite, and with these other people, I can just game by myself with a team and play the game that I'm. Let's take a moment.
Tomorrow, man.
That's,
Tomorrow
man.
today.
I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm so proud of you and your team. I'm so proud of you and everybody who's doing stuff like this. I'm so proud of anybody who is willing to take the risk to learn about blockchain and NFTs, because as a techie, it is a hard thing to understand. But trust me, I will say this, because I'm going to turn most of my videos to NFTs. Mark my words. One day, it's going to be a click of a button and you just made an NFT. One day. There's going to be one day when somebody's going to develop something. We're like, hey, man, we got this thing, this app where you just push this button and touch this. All you got to do is just give us your information and you just push the button. Done. That's happening. I don't know when. Seeing all the smart hackers and coders out there in the world, it'll probably be tomorrow. But let's talk about something else. What is the Nifty League looking for in players at this very moment? What do you guys need? What are you guys looking for? Like, are you looking for a Michael Jordan or a Pippen?
What we're doing for our personal team is we're making sure that everybody has multiple talents.
Okay.
But we have to cover every single angle.
Okay.
So, you know, you got to anticipate when MMOs hit, you're going to need marketplace strategists. You need people who are looking at the marketplace in game. You know, what are these items going for? What's this item? What's this trade for? Then you got to think PvP games. There's going to be player versus player games, and in the terms of service of that game, it explains very clearly that it is a player versus player game. So as uncomfortable as it is, we have to explore, you know, and have players who are capable of defeating other players, and potentially, like you said, they've got a spaceship full of loot. It's going to suck to lose it on their end, but if that's the way the game's played, yeah, video games, that's versus mode, you know. But then there's player versus environment, there's PvP. So there's also going to be like cooperative games too that we're going to have to figure out how to strategize. So there will be like teamwork guys that figure out how to like pair up with people in game that aren't necessarily part of our team, but just want to work with the team or like, you know, further our cause and stuff. Like, as long as the funds aren't given from another player but are earned via blockchain gaming, it's a valid method of earning within the league. And we're still working everything out. You know, we don't have I'm not going to lie and say that everything's 100% ready to go right now, but we have a lot of capable hands put things together, and it's going to come to a point where we have everything down to the letter. It's all going to be scripted. It's all going to be set up and ready to go. And once that time comes, then we'll start opening the doors and having everybody brought in. But as far as like individual teams, I can't stress enough, I want everyone to consider sponsoring their own team. It's not going to be too much. We'll figure out the exact amount, and we'll probably have it tethered to a US dollar so it doesn't fluctuate around. But ultimately, we want the world to know that they can be a part of Nifty League, that anyone can sponsor a team in the entire planet, anyone that has at least 6 players, and anybody that just wants to try to earn something different, something new. They want to play games for a living. I wish I was kidding, but that's exactly what I'm proposing, that you would just make a living playing video games.
There's people that sit in offices just type on computers for a living. Like, I'd rather do what you just told me. If anybody tells me, yeah, I'd rather just sit down and just document stuff. Just like, oh, if that's what you want. Like, I'd rather not be sad.
I was falling asleep while you described that, bro. Like, for real. What? Huh?
But I would never say that, hey man, oh, you guys are not ready, because like Gary Vee says, document, don't curate. And you guys are getting your stuff together. That I'm getting my stuff together. I mean, look at my backdrop. It's my room. It's my room.
Hey, I like your sign, by the way.
Oh, yeah. That is all about people. That is not just about demons. That is about you as a human being on planet Earth, telling people who you are and spreading the trueness that is you. Because everybody in this world tries to hide their demons. And everybody's demon is probably awesome as fuck. And you need to show that demon. Because everybody
demons got plenty of trouble, bro. I don't know.
Not the bad demons.
Fair enough.
There's a demon for everybody. Your demon right now is for me. My demon is now for you. We're good demons. Maybe I should change the word. Maybe I should put angels in demons.
I love the sign, bro. I love the sign.
But yeah, man, we're most appreciated to you. Are you guys? I know you're going, but will the Nifty League be there at Shitcoin?
We were trying to work that out, but the logistics of it just didn't play. They got a lot of research and development ahead of them. But the very next convention that we attend, I will have the whole team with me on display so that they can come out, so that we can, hopefully I'd like to maybe get a panel or somewhere so that we can really just answer some questions and let people know who we are and what we got going on, and exactly how we plan to tackle.
All right, tell the people what Shitcoin is and when it's happening for the first convention.
Shitcoin is a wild concept. See, Bitcoin thinks that, or at least Bitcoiners think that maximalist is the way to go. They want only the rich to be able to stay rich. They don't want the common man to have knowledge in their hands. And they don't realize that we already possess it. It's not like they can't gatekeep something that's public knowledge now. The problem is not everybody wants to go and seek that information. Some people are willing to listen. And that's where Shitcoin comes in. See, with Shitcoin, you've got a group of people that are ground level. We're boots on the ground. We are the NFT world. We are the NFT. You got legends of the game. You got Miguel Celis. You got Ken Bosak. You got big players in the NFT world. And everybody's coming together to talk about these altcoins. We want to know, hey, what's going on with Shiba? Not caring about Shiba personally, but what's going on with it? Hey, what's going on with Doge? Again, not for me, but what's the deal with it? What can we do with it? What's an extra utility, a hidden utility that maybe we don't know about? There's lots of different things you can do with it. Staking, liquidity pools that you just gotta really kind of connect with the community to find all this stuff.
So it's not about just stacking coins.
Exactly. And Shitcoin 2021 is going to be the epicenter for what the real coin community is. You know, Bitcoin, shitcoin, all of it. They literally are going to be the centerpiece for a wealth of knowledge, a storehouse of information. So this year, I mean, if anyone can make it, they owe it to themselves to come and get educated on how to make their lives better.
Will there be a virtual of it as well?
Yeah, there is also a virtual conference as well. I think the information is also on the on their site.
I'll put it in the link. I'll put everything in the link, man. I'm like you. I am like you. I recently described, I think I posted on my Facebook, but I said that I posted, Miguel saw it. I said, he posted a question, and I forgot what the question was, but my response was, I want to get rid of the lie. And I said that the blockchain is the first step to get rid of the lie. Why is that? Because everything is documented. You can't lie. If you say you did something in that space, we'll just look it up. I love that. I'm like, that's the beauty. I'm like, yes, no matter how far back it goes. Oh, there you are. Oh, okay, you were there. Okay, bad. You did do that. Okay, I believe you now. Because everybody lies to some extent. It sucks. It's human nature. But this right here, we live in the age of Aquarius now. This blockchain moment, this NFT moment is going to eliminate the lie. I'm not sure when exactly 100% when, but it's coming. And William, myself, Miguel, his staff, Nifty Leagues, y'all about to see a movement like y'all never seen before. This is bigger than anything. This, like William said, this is the Wild West. This is the Wild West. I cannot stress that enough. I wish I could, because think of it like this. The next frontier is space. For humans. We haven't reached space yet. But on Earth, right here, with technology and human consciousness, it's the blockchain and NFTs. It's connectivity of the mind. That's where I look at it. That's me. That's my person. So, William, with that closing, I want you to give your all. I want you to give everything to the people. Any last bit of advice, information, upcoming events, because we are filming this on May 27th. I want everybody to know what you and your team have in store.
I'm gonna keep it a mystery. I want you guys to guess. You gotta put eyes on
I love this guy. I love this man.
I'll tell you what. You have a lot of awesome things to look forward to from Nifty League, from Crixel NFT Gallery, and from basically the parent of all of it, Cryptech BCI. Really, like I said from the beginning, I only care about making people happy. I only want to make the people I care most about in the world make everyone, that make everyone's lives better. So, I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be showing you guys the way. Just keep an eye out, and I'll let you know.
You have the same vibe as a friend of mine. Shout out to Chris Brady of Four Color Fantasies comic book company out there in Rancho Cucamonga. You guys have the same vibe. Like, I feel like I'm talking to him right now. It's crazy. I'm gonna talk to him about NFTs too, because he's a businessman just like yourself.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But all right, guys, probably. Stay up. Enjoy Texas. I'm not sure if it's hot out there yet. Is it hot out there?
It's warm. It's warm. It's
warm.
hot.
Yeah, I got the AC on right now. I'm like.
Yeah. It's pretty much mandatory here in Texas.
With closings, this has been a Danger Room. Peace. All right. Now the real talk. So I'm gonna, as you know, I'm releasing these on Wednesdays. So what I like to do is I like to also like cut these, micro content. I learned a lot.
Obviously. The shorts are getting big right now.
I learned a lot from Gary Vee. I studied that, man. That man's a genius. Anybody who doesn't,
maybe not his NFT stuff, but like his content.
A marketer.
Monetized content, dude's genius.
Exactly. That part I meant. I'm like the genius of that part. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense because you make your biggest stuff, and then you just chip. His NFT stuff, I'm like you. I'm not sure where you're going with this yet, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. You're giving it names, whatever. But anyway, that's neither here or there. So make the video, comes out Wednesdays. I'll be giving you the micro content so you can post however you please.
Awesome.
Maybe I'll give them to you blank. I used to like give them how I give them to like Miguel. I give them to where they're already worded. Maybe I'll give it to you blank so you can word it yourself. I guess I'm not sure, but that way, because that's your voice. I'm not sure. We'll work out the logistics later. But that's pretty much it, brother. It's been good talking to you.
Absolutely, dude. This is a blast, man. We should do it again sometime.
Oh, we're definitely going to do it again. I'm trying to get Miguel after ShitCon, probably yourself as well. I only can have three people.
After ShitCon, we might be able to set something really special up. We'll see. We might be able to do something like, I don't know if you saw us on Just Learn Crypto.
Yeah, I saw the link. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the link. While I was researching you.
We could probably set up something where we got like me and Miguel up on the Jumbotron like we did for them, or maybe get like some, we could get something unique. We got a lot of different areas, a lot of different spaces. Shit, we got a spherical fucking green screen room, man. So we could do like whatever, we could have something crazy for you.
Because my goal is
we're gonna start doing content pretty soon. It's gonna be Twitch channels for all the players, constant, just whenever they're playing and shit, and then so they can engage with fans and stuff. At the individual players, you can see exactly what they're playing, so that people for real know that they're always just playing fucking blockchain games all the time. And then we're gonna have we have a Twitch channel for Play to Earn, like the actual spelling. Same thing for the YouTube channel, actual spelling. And it's the YouTube channel is going to be kind of all over the place. We're going to start out, and it's going to be kind of like a little bit of a sketch kind of thing, where like I'm sitting there like about to pull out a credit card, like about to looking to see if the guys are checking me, and like, oh, shit, okay, Rupe, and then they're both standing there like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, what are you doing, man? Like, what? How to buy some more crystals, dude? Like, the game's not fun if you don't have the power crystals. Like, man, you're about to pay to play. Yeah, that's what you have to do. That's how games are. That's how you have the fun. Like, dude, no, there's another way. You gotta play to earn.
Have an 80s thing pop up?
Yeah. Like I'm gonna turn and like my head's gonna open up like a fucking South Park Canadian, and then like rainbows shoot out of my fucking eyes like laser beams. Yeah, exactly.
I fucking love that. Are you guys on TikTok or Theta TV?
We're waiting on Theta TV because the network at the stadium doesn't allow us to do anything that involves hashing power or mining at all. So
really?
Theta is off. Yeah, Theta is off the fucking. Yeah, it's stupid. We're about to fucking replace them as soon as we buy the stadium.
You think they would be about that since that's like what they're involved in?
Yeah, but no, they're like no mining on our network. Like they got onto us the other day because one of the computers accidentally turned it on. Like, what are you talking? We're not even fucking running that motherfucker. Yeah.
Lame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're gonna do well, brother. You're gonna do well. But like I said, are you guys on TikTok?
I believe we have our TikTok already. I need to double check and make sure. I'm pretty sure. Like as soon as I realized what the deal was, Play to Earn, I was like, shit, better get all those socials locked down. So I went and grabbed every one of them. Like the day I found out about that genre of game, and it was like, all right, now I've got that genre name locked down. Now it's time to just go ahead and cook all this shit. And then PlayToEarn.net popped up, and I was like, "Ooh, man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry." And their YouTube content is so good. That's why I'm so clear that we're not responsible for that. I give them as much credit as I can, because like I feel so bad for just jumping on that, and we haven't done anything with it yet. But we've been getting all the pieces put together, like you said, man. Like
Are they doing the same stuff as you guys?
No, not at all. Not nothing that we're doing.
Maybe you guys can work out some kind of brother-sister collab.
That's why I keep speaking so highly of them publicly, because I'm hoping, like, you know, fuck, if you're still recording, so hey, what's up? Get
I'm still recording. I am still recording.
It's like amazing. He's run television studios, like radio stations. Dude, he is top notch. So we're gonna have amazing high level content. Plus, bro, we got the world's largest esports stadium. Like, I'm already like getting these crazy ideas. Like, I want to get up on that stage and play some fucking rock, bro. Let a bunch of people come in there for free and just fucking jam and like take turns playing Rock Band in front of a live audience on a stage.
Check this out.
You know?
Check this out. I don't know if you heard, but I am very involved in music. I know people that are not only in music, but have so much fucking material that they can perform for days on end. And not only can they perform on days on end, they are known in the community. They have a following, like my boy Diesel 5001, King Dice, Noah James. It just goes on and on of people that I know. All right. If you need any of these people, I will shift them to you to perform on these shows.
Okay.
I don't know how it'll work. We'll work that out in the background. But if you ever need people, you want to contact them, I'll forward them to you. Like, hey man, this William's looking for some people to perform here. Boom, you want to perform, and they will, because they've traveled outside of states and stuff. So they've been to South by Southwest. They've done all these. Yeah, they've done South by Southwest is out there, right?
Arlington or no, Austin.
Austin. Okay, yeah. So they've been to places like that. So yeah, man. So this is a workout. This is one of those blessing things, I guess you call it. I'm not sure.
Providence.
Providence. There we go. Divine providence. But brother, it's been swell. I wish nothing but the best for you and your team and stuff. Like I said before, once again, we're gonna sign off with the Danger Room. William Barnes, Nifty League. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get. You know what? For me, most people don't know this, but I suffer from dyslexia. It sucks, but apparently I have a high IQ. It's weird. It's weird. But Nifty Leagues. Play to earn is the team. Crixel NFT Gallery is the spot if you're an artist. Cryptech BCI is the place to go to get all your consumer knowledge for cryptocurrency and blockchain. Anything else can be found in the links below. Like, subscribe, follow my man to this angle. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Stay up, King.
All right, brother. You be real, all right?
Always.
I'll see you next time. I gotta go to the bathroom. All right, brother. We'll take for life.